Hi folks, this is Chris Fanning for the Picton Gazette. Another hot and hazy summer's day. The smoke is obscuring the view today. A lot in this week's newspaper. Karen Valahora reports on a family being evicted by Ben Dornekamp for reasons of port development, something which has not yet been approved as we await the ministerial zoning order for Picton terminals. Eleanor Zitschi reports on the environmental protections being put in place for the Warings Creek watershed development. Additionally, she reports on the Prince Edward County Memorial Hospital marking its 40th anniversary with a $40 fundraising campaign to which we can all contribute as we head up to the deadline for the new hospital. Finally, Eleanor has some notes on the CAO's second quarter report, an update on work accomplished and underway in the county. Jason Parks has a number of items for us this week, including our editorial. Over to Jason.
Thanks, Chris, and greetings from the editor's desk. This week in the editorial space, I offer a few ideas on how to make visits to Sandbanks Provincial Park a little more safer. In municipal news, members of Wellington Storehouse Food Bank were before council with a plan to expand to a new site in the village. The only question right now is where that might be. Councillor Phil St. Jean moved a resolution calling for the end of harassment and abuse directed by members of the public towards council and staff. There's also coverage on who will be receiving a 2025 municipal grant through the county's $72,000 grant program. Finally, for news, there's photos and details online at www.pictongazette.ca on a pair of emergency calls Monday afternoon. In sports, I've got all the details on the 100th checkered flag of Andrew Hennessy's motorsports career, and online, we catch up with all-star defenseman turned head coach Jacob Panetta and the new leaf the Wellington Dukes are turning over. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Jason. In the arts this week, I have an account of the Big Lake Festival's 5th anniversary. They're bringing international classical musicians into the county, beginning August 15th this year. But the county gives back to the international scene. Karen writes up Picton's own Rick Szabo, who recently achieved victory in NBC's intense reality show Destination X. And for our last international contribution, let's go on site. And last but not least, the reason I'm coming to you from the Wapoose Marina right now is to celebrate the county's Isle of Quinte Rowing Club, who has returned from representing Canada in Scotland this year at the International World Championship of the St. Ives class of coastal rowing boats. Congratulations. Read all about it in the Picton Gazette. That's about it for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, have a safe and happy week.